seen. In the air didn't feel different, no shift I could detect. Just a line I chose to cross without thinking of the death. It started small, a simple favor, nothing anyone would trace. Just a word exchanged in passing with a calm and steady face. No contract written on paper, no witness to attest. Just an understanding lingering that I never second-guessed. There was nothing in the moment that suggested what it'd take. Just a feeling I could manage, just a choice I thought I'd make. No alarm, no warning sign, just something shifting out of line. And every step I took from there felt lighter than the air. It's the price of a dirty deal tonight. No wrong declared, no proven right. Just something old I can't define that's come to collect what's mine. Oh, I thought I knew the cost I lied. Told myself I'd be alright, but every step I took to win was something deeper pulling in. The days went on without a fracture. Nothing cracked or fell apart, but there's a tension in the silence, like a weight beneath the start. No one came to claim the payment, no demand I could refuse. But the space around the moment felt like something I would lose. I hear it in the smallest pauses, in the way the room will hold. Like a presence just observing, waiting quietly for what's owed. No bill to pay, no hand to take, just something I can't separate. And every breath I try to keep feels like a promise buried deep. It's the price of a dirty deal tonight. No escaping dark or light. You can run from what you signed away, but it don't forget your name. Oh, I tried to divide what I gave from what I had, but every line I tried to bend just brought it closer in the end. I went back to where it started, tried to trace it to its root, but the place looked just like always, like it never held the truth. No mark left in the memory, no echo I could find, but the weight I thought was distant was already in my mind. And in that quiet realization, with no terms left to defend, I stopped looking for the payment and felt it settling in. It ain't the deal you think you made, it's what you let yourself persuade. Every truth you choose to bend writes a cost that doesn't end. And debts don't always come in time, they wait until they're yours to find. So every line you cross in need becomes the price of what you agreed. It's the price, and now I understand. It was never in their hands, no matter how I tried to see. It was always part of me. Oh, I tried to deny what was owed and what was mine. But every step I thought was free was just collecting back from me. Now the room is still and silent, but it don't feel like before. Every breath is something counted, like it's keeping up the score. And if you ever make a bargain that feels easy, clean and real, you might not see the cost at first, but you'll become the deal. There's still heat in the ashes, even after everything burns down. There's a porch light flickering on a broken southern night, where the air still smells like whiskey and a long lost fight. The air is thick with memory, sweet and bitter too, like every mile I ran was a mile I ran from you. Cotton fields whisper stories in the evening breeze of a man who tried to outrun what he couldn't leave. And I hear your voice in the thunder rolling low, like a prayer I never learned but always seem to know. And the night don't feel so cold when I remember what you told, even if I let it go. There's a fire in a southern heart that never dies, even buried under dust and endless lies. It keeps burning through the shame and pain I made, like a flame that refuses to fade. Yeah, there's a fire in a southern heart I can't deny, even when I break down and wonder why. It keeps glowing through the darkest part, that fire in a southern heart. I left that town with nothing but a broken road ahead, and a pocket full of words I never said. Every state line I crossed felt like running from the truth, but the truth don't care about the things you choose. There's a gospel radio playing faint and slow, singing songs about a place I used to know. And I swear I see your shadow in the rearview glass, like a ghost that never lets the moment pass. Every highway I escape still leads me back to fate that I can't renegotiate. There's a fire in a southern heart that never dies, even buried under dust and endless lies. It keeps burning through the shame and pain I made, like a flame that refuses to fade. Yeah, there's a fire in a southern heart I can't deny, even when I break down and wonder why. It keeps glowing through the darkest part, that fire in a southern heart. I tried to drown it in the rain, I tried to bury it in pain, but it comes back just the same, like a hymn that won't forget, like a love I can't reset, like a debt I haven't paid yet. I'm sitting where the fields meet the fading sun, thinking of everything I might have done, and the fire still speaks in a language I know. It says, boy, you reap what you sow. but it don't feel like punishment tonight. It feels like something still alive inside, like even broken things can start again if you let the flame back in. There's a fire in a southern heart that never dies, even when the world collapses and time denies. It keeps burning through the wreckage I faced, like a light that time can't erase. Yeah, there's a fire in a southern heart that won't let go, even after all the places I used to know. It still calls me back where I start, that fire in a southern heart. Maybe I lost a lot along the way, but I never lost that flame. The church bells ring, but not for peace. They echo through a broken release, and every note feels sharp and thin, like something trying to begin. The stained glass burns in morning light, but nothing here feels wholly right. And in the hush between each prayer, she knew something was hidden there. She walked the halls like she belonged, but something in her felt too strong, too sharp for all the words they prayed, too clear for sins they tried to fade. Her father spoke with steady tone, but never when she was alone. And every sermon he would give seemed like a place where lies could live. She found the book beneath the stair, like tight, like someone hid it there. Not scripture clean, not gospel pure, but something darker at its core. She didn't scream, she didn't run, just read the truth that came undone. And every page she turned too fast pulled her deeper in the past. The preacher's daughter knew too much that day about the things he'd swept away. No holy light, no saving grace could hide the truth upon her face. Oh, she tried to speak, she tried to flee, but truth don't always set you free. And every word she tried to show was something they refused to know. The basement door was always locked, but late at night she heard it talk. Not voices clear, but shifting sound, like something breathing underground. A shovel leaned against the wall, like it remembered every call. And every stain she couldn't place felt like it carried someone's face. She wrote it down in quiet ink, the things they never dared to think. But paper burns and truth will hide when fear is standing right outside. She held the weight without a word. Too much was seen, too much was heard, and every truth she couldn't trust turned into falling dust. The preacher's daughter knew too much that night about the shadows out of sight. No sanctuary, no disguise could save her from what truth implies. Oh, she tried to speak, she tried to flee, but truth don't always set you free. And every step she tried to take just led to something they would break. she vanished without trace, but I still see her hidden face in every mirror cracked and worn, in every silence newly born. The preacher never changed his tone, still stood there preaching all alone. But something in his eyes went still, like something finally lost its will. And every hymn the church still sings feels heavier than broken things, like someone left a truth behind that echoes through the preacher's mind. It ain't the book, it ain't the sin, it's everything that's trapped within. Every secret left to grow becomes the thing you cannot know. And truth don't always wear a crown. Sometimes it burns whole kingdoms down, till every prayer you try to clutch can't save you from what's known too much. The preacher's daughter knew too much to stay, and there was nothing left to say. No holy path, no second chance, just silence in the final glance. Oh, she tried to walk, she tried to be the voice they'd never let be free. And every truth she couldn't show still haunts the ground below. Now I don't pray, I don't believe, I just remember what I see. No faith to save, no lies to clutch, just what she knew too much. And if you ever hear her name whispered soft like a dying flame, don't look too close, don't stay too long, or you'll learn what went so wrong. The bells still ring, the choir sings, but something darker softly clings. And I remain where shadows touch, with the truth she knew too much.
There's water running steady, but it doesn't change a thing. Just moves across the surface like it's afraid to touch the skin. And the light above the basin doesn't flicker, doesn't lie, but it can't erase the feeling of something still inside. I tried to scrub it out in silence till my hands went pale and sore, but the stain don't act like matter, it just settles in the core. Every drop of water falling feels like memory return, like it carries what I'm losing in a way I never learned. There's no visible reminder, no clear shape I can define, but I feel it in the pressure every time I cross the line. No amount of time will break it, no attempt can rearrange it, and every breath I try to take feels like it's already stained. The blood won't wash clean tonight, no wrong erased, no right inside, just something that refuses to leave, no matter what I try to believe. Oh, I scrubbed until I broke, tried to turn it into smoke, but every drop that should have gone just lingers when the water's on. The mirror doesn't show it clearly, but I see it all the same. Not in shape, but in the silence that responds when I say my name. There's no witness left to question, no one left to testify, but the absence feels like knowing something no one can deny. I turn away, it stays behind me. I look down, it's still there too, like it learned to live between what I did and what is true. No truth to fix, no past to change, just something I can't rearrange. And every step just on me. No matter how I tried to run, it stayed until the day was done. Oh, I turned the water on till every feeling should be gone. But every drop that falls away still carries what it cannot say. Now don't fight the reflection, let it settle where it will. There's no ending in the cleaning, just a silence growing still. And it isn't punishment speaking, it's just something left to be. Like a truth that won't dissolve now, in the way I try to be. And in that quiet recognition, with no resistance left to try, I stopped calling it a burden and let it occupy. It ain't what water takes away, it's what refuses to decay. Every act you try to hide finds a place it can survive, and nothing pure stays untouched by the weight of what it was. So every stain you try to fight becomes a part of your life. The blood won't wash clean, I know it was never meant to go. No matter how I tried to be, it stayed right here inside of me. Oh, I stood still, I let it stay. Watched the water run away, and every drop I thought was free still carried what remains of me. Now the sink runs out of motion, but the feeling doesn't fade. Just a quiet understanding of the choices that I made. And if you ever try to clean what refuses to be gone, don't assume it leaves you empty. It might be what you become. Forgot what it was meant to do. The chapel door stood open wide, but something darker lived inside. The candles burned with a crooked flame, like they were ashamed to say his name. And every step I took within felt like I was walking into sin. He stood there dressed in black and white, preaching truth like it was lied. Said, confessing you'll be clean, but his eyes said something in between. I knelt down where the wood was worn from broken faith and souls I'd won. And every word he spoke so clear still carried something I could fear. He talked of grace and mercy's hand, a promise, peace and holy land. But every verse he tried to claim sounded hollow, wrong and strained. There was a crack beneath his tone, like a truth he couldn't own. And every prayer he led us through felt like something twisted to the preach. A light again tonight, wrapped in wrong and dressed as right. Every word he tried to say felt like digging deeper graves. So I tried to believe somehow, but I can see it clear now. And every truth I thought I knew was buried underneath his view. I stayed behind when all had gone to ask him where the truth had gone. He smiled slow but didn't speak, like he'd heard that question every week. His hands were clean, his voice was calm, but something there was far from warm. And when it finally met my stare, I saw no faith, no mercy there. He said, son, truth is what you need, but truth don't grow from planet seed. When roots are buried deep in lies and watered down with alibis, the walls creak soft like they agreed with every doubt I couldn't leave. And every cross that hung in place felt like it had lost its grip. line, verses changed, meanings bent, like truth was something he could rent. And in the margins, faint but clear, were names of those who once stood here. Each one marked, each one gone, like they never truly belonged. The silence pressed against my chest, like something begging to confess that faith ain't built on borrowed sound, and truth itself is never found. And maybe it was never him, but all of us that followed in, looking for a lot to hold in stories we were always told. But truth don't bend, truth don't hide, it don't wear robes or pick a side. And every lie we let remain just gives the dark another name. The preacher lied again tonight, and I won't call it wrong or right, 'cause now I see what I became. Just another voice inside the same. Oh, I tried to stand apart, that was always in my heart, and every truth I tried to claim got lost inside that preacher's name. Now the church stands cold and bare, no prayers left hanging in the air. The bell don't ring, the flame don't arise, just quiet echoes of disguised lies. And I don't kneel, I don't pretend to follow paths that twist and bend. I walk alone through doubt and pain, where truth survives beyond the chain. The doors still creak, the shadows bend, and somewhere he still speaks again. But I don't listen like I did then, 'cause I know the preacher lied again. Still stands but barely breathes through curtains torn and dying leaves. The porch swings slow with no one there, just hollow echoes in the air. A photograph turned face down lies, like it couldn't face the skies. Somewhere deep inside the night, a widow cries without a light. To hum when morning came, before the silence knew her name. Now every room she passes through forgets the color it once knew. The table set for one again, like time forgot where he had been. And every chair she dares to pass feels heavier than broken glass. The clock don't tick, it hesitates, like it's unsure of what it waits. And every second feels too long, like it's been morning all along. She speaks his name into the air, but only emptiness is there. And every breath she holds inside turns slowly into her last cry. It's the widow's last cry in the dark, where love leaves nothing but a mark. No answer comes, no hand returns, just memory that always burns. Oh, she calls his name into the night, but even stars refuse to light. And every echo drifting by carries her final broken cry. Still holds a shaping thread, like it refuses he is dead. And every wrinkle in the sheets feels like a ghost she can't release. She traces lines along the frame, still whispering his forgotten name. But silence answers all she gives, like that's the way he chooses to live. A candle melts beside the wall, like it's been listening to it all. And every flicker bends and dies, like it hears the widow's cries. The wind don't bring her any peace, it only twists what won't release. And every tear she tries to hide becomes another final cry. It's the widow's last cry in the dark, where love leaves nothing but a mark. No answer comes, no hand returns, just memory that always burns. Oh, she calls his name into the night, but even stars refuse to light. And every echo drifting by carries her final broken cry. She walks outside where shadows bend, to where the road and sorrow end. The wind picks up like it might speak, but only sighs through broken creek. A ring still hangs around her hand, like it refuses to understand that some goodbyes don't leave a sound, they just settle in the ground. And in the dark she swears she sees a shape among the dying trees. But when she reaches, it's not real, just grief. She still can feel, and maybe love don't truly die, it just learns how to say goodbye. In empty rooms and fading skies, and in a widow's last cries, no heaven answers, no hell replies, just silence where the memory lies. And every heart that breaks in two still learns to live without the truth. It's the widow's last cry in the dark, no flame, no soul, no final spark, just love that time could not destroy, but never gave her back the boy. Oh, she calls, but nothing replies, just echoes in the endless skies. And every night she says goodbye to the sound of her last cry. Now the house stands cold and warm, where love and silence both were born. No footsteps left, no voice to hear, just absence settling year by year. And if you pass that lonely place, where sorrow never leaves its trace, don't listen long, don't ask her why, or you'll hear the widow's last cry. The widow's last cry. Runs thin, and grief just circles back again. And somewhere in the empty sky still echoes the widow's last cry.
The smoke over Hollow Creek tonight, drifting slow in dying light. The sky turned gray long before dusk, like it knew what turned to dust. The water don't run like it used to flow, it moves too still, too dark below. And every breath that fills my chest feels like something laid
like it remembers every loss. The bell don't ring, the pews don't creak, just silence buried deep and weak. I stepped inside but felt it shift, like the past had torn a rift, and every shadow moved too slow, like it had nowhere else to go. I found a book half burned and torn, pages black and edges worn, names inside I used to know, not just embers in the glow. The air grew thick, the light grew thin, like something stirred beneath my skin, and every breath I tried to keep felt like it didn't belong to me. The smoke over Hollow Creek tonight, where all feels close and right, feels slight. Every memory, every sin burned away, but still within. Oh, I came back to understand what slipped away from this land. But all I found in the thick and bleak was smoke over Hollow Creek. I walked the path down to the stream where water once ran clear and clean. Now it's black and barely moves, like it's forgotten how to prove. I saw reflections not my own in every ripple overthrown, faces staring from below, those who never got to go. They didn't speak, they didn't cry, just watched me with a hollow eye. And in that gaze I came to see, this place ain't done with me. And maybe fire don't cleanse or end, it just reshapes what we pretend into something we can't outrun, long after all the burning's done. And maybe smoke don't drift away, it lingers where we choose to stay, a quiet mark upon the air of everything that's no longer there. The smoke over Hollow Creek tonight, and I can't tell the dark from light. Every memory, every sin, still alive beneath my skin. Oh, I came back, but now I know some things don't fade, they only grow. And every step I try to seek leads me back to Hollow Creek. Now I don't leave, I don't return, I just remain where embers burn. No past to fix, no truth to speak, just drift and smoke in Hollow Creek. And if you ever pass this way and smell the ash that chose to stay, don't follow where the shadows leak, through smoke over Hollow Creek. The fire's gone, but not the stain, it lingers deep in ash and pain. And I am just a voice grown weak in the smoke of Hollow Creek. The sun bleeds red across the open sky. Another day to live, another night to die. My boots are worn, my soul is torn from every battle I've survived before. The wind whispers sins I can't deny. Every mile I go, I
There's a box that sits in silence, where the air don't move at all. Not a sound, not even breathing, just a shadow on the wall. And it wasn't made in anger, it was built with careful hands, like someone tried to make forever out of something that won't stand. They said it started like a promise, nothing spoken, nothing loud, just a slow and quiet merging of two names into one sound. No division left to measure, no direction left to trace, just the fading of the distance between time and empty space. There's no record of the moment, no clear line where it began, just a feeling something shifted in the way we understand. No voice to call, no truth to break, just something neither one can take. And every breath we try to hold feels like it's already gone. It's a coffin built for two tonight, no wrong to name, no clear right, just something holding what remains in matching quiet final frames. Oh, we tried to keep our names apart, but they faded from the start. And every step we thought was free just tied us deeper underneath. We walk through rooms without reflection, like the glass forgot our shape, not erased but slightly altered in a way we can't escape. There's no argument remaining, no divide we can defend, just a slow acceptance growing that we never were the end. I hear your voice in my silence, not as words but something near, like the distance stopped existing and replaced it with the fear. No line to cross, no past to save, just something neither one can wave. And every thought we try to hold feels like it's already told. It's a coffin built for two, I see. It was always meant to be. No matter how we tried to run, we were already one. Oh, we turned, we tried to lie, tried to separate the sky, but every truth we thought was ours collapsed into the same hours. Now we stand where nothing separates, no distance left to claim, just the quiet realization we were always built the same. Not as endings forced together, not as punishment or blame, just the final understanding that we answered to one name. And in that still shared knowing, with no resistance left to give, we stop asking for tomorrow and learn the way we live. It ain't the end that makes you one, it's everything that can't be undone. Every truth you failed apart becomes a shared and beating heart. take us to was never really split into you. It's a coffin and I understand it was never to but planned. No matter how we tried to see, it was always you and me. Oh, we stayed, we didn't fight, just let it close us out of light. And every breath that's left to take is something neither one can break. Now the silence feels complete here, not empty, not alone, just the final shared remaining of everything we've known. And if you ever find a space where two shadows start to blend, don't assume it's where it ends. It might be where you begin again. And don't lie, just stay still, like it's waiting on a wheel. The wind cuts through like something sharp, through a quiet, beating heart. There's a weight I can't outrun, cold as steel, shaped like a gun. And every step I take feels proof there's a bullet meant for truth. I walked into that dining town where every face was looking down. No one spoke, no one asked why, just empty streets and shuttered eyes. The saloon light flickered thin, like it didn't want me stepping in. But I pushed that door with steady hand, like I'd already made my stand. He sat alone at the far end, a man I used to call a friend. But truth don't stay where lies begin, and I could see it wearing him. Every word we left unsaid hung between us like the dead. And every breath we tried to fake felt like a choice we had to make. There's a bullet for the truth tonight, no wrong or mercy, no wrong or right. Just one last line we can't undo, between what's false and what is true. Oh, I tried to bury what I knew, but it always found its way back through. And every lie ever told leads to truth I can't withhold. He spoke my name like it still meant something more than what it spent. But in his voice I heard the break of something neither could remake. He said, you don't know what you've seen, but I've been living in between the man he was and what he's done, and everything we can't outrun. The room went still, the world went tight, like it narrowed down to just this night. And every eye that wasn't there still felt like it was watching there. My hand went low without a sound to the weight I always found. And in that moment, cold and clear, there was nothing left but here. There's a bullet for the truth tonight, no wrong or mercy, no wrong or right. Just one last line we can't undo, between what's false and what is true. Oh, I tried to bury what I knew, but it always found its way back through. And every lie I ever told leads to truth I can't withhold. midnight without a fight, like he'd been waiting for this night. No anger left, no need to run, just quiet acceptance of what's begun. I saw it then in his stare, not guilt, not fear, just something better, like truth had already taken hold before the story could be told. The silence cracked without a sound, this time itself slowed down, and everything we tried to hide stood there with nowhere left to slide. It ain't the gun that seals the end, or who was wrong, or who's pretend. It's the truth we let remain, growing quiet, growing pain. And every step we took away just led us back to this one day, where nothing left can be unspun, and truth stands still before the gun. There's a bullet for the truth tonight, and I can't tell the dark from light. Every line I crossed before leads me here to settle score. I tried to run from what I knew, but now I see it's always true. And every road I've ever run ends here beneath the smoking gun. To sleep with secrets buried far too deep. No one asks, no one speaks, just quiet truths in hollow streets. And if you ever pass this way, don't trust the things they won't say, 'cause truth don't fade, it just waits behind a gun that hesitates. The night stays still, the echoes fade, but truth don't die where lies are made. And somewhere lost in what I've done still lingers that final gun. Morning broke in broken light, through stained glass stained with last night's fight. The wind stood still, the world stood bare, like it knew what wasn't there. And far away, too faint to be, a bell that rings too late for me, a hollow sound, a fading fate. The church bells rang too late. I walked the road that led me back, through ash and gravel faded tracks, where every step I tried to take still carried what I couldn't shake. The church stood tall but looked away, like it had nothing left to say. The doors were shut but I could hear the echo of a buried prayer. The pews were empty, cold and torn, like they had long since been forlorn. And every cross upon the wall looked like it couldn't stand at all. I knelt down slow in silent dread, with all the words I never said, and every breath I tried to keep just sank down deeper into me. The church bells rang too late for me, when truth was already buried deep. No holy hand, no savior. book lay open wide, with pages burned and black inside, like someone tried to write again a truth that wouldn't fit in sin. The altar cracked beneath the weight of promises it couldn't make, and every candle burned too low, like even faith refused to glow. I saw my name carved in the wood, not how it was, but how it should have ended long before I came to kneel before a hollow name. The air and still the dust stood high, like it refused to say goodbye, and every sound I thought I knew was something I had passed right through. The church bells rang too late for me, when truth was already buried deep. No holy hand, no saving grace could reach me in that empty place. Oh, I tried to call out through the night, but nothing came to set it right. And every sin I tried to fake still echoes in the steps I take. I walked outside where shadows grew, like they were waiting there for you. And in the wind I swore I heard a final broken whispered word. Not judgment sharp, not wrath or flame, just everything I can't reclaim. A weight that doesn't leave a fade, just settles in the things I made. The bells rang once, then died again, like mercy only comes at 10. But I was gone before they tried to pull me back from what I died. It ain't the church that saved your soul, it's what you do when you lose control. And every step you try to take is either truth or mistake. And bells don't ring to change the past, they only echo things that last. Too late to heal, too late to save, just sound above an empty grave. The church bells rang too late that day, when everything had gone away. No light returns, no sin is undone once the silence has begun. Oh, I tried to stand, I tried to pray, but nothing here would lead the way. And every truth I can't escape still rings long after fate. Now I don't wait for morning's call, I stand beneath where shadows fall. No past to fix, no truth to gain, just echoes ringing through my name. And if you ever hear that sound through empty sky or hollow ground, don't listen long, don't hesitate, or the church bells will ring too late. The bell still swings, but makes no sound, just moving there, no sacred ground. And I remain where truth won't wait, where church bells ring too late.
Like someone's watching, even when you know you're alone. There's a barn out past the pasture, where the paint's all peeled away, where the doors hang half open, like they got something to say. Used to run there as a kid, hide from everything I feared. Now I stand outside that same place, I wish it disappeared. Haze all rotten in the loft, and the ladder's barely there, but I swear I see it moving from the corner of my stair. There's a feeling in my chest, like a warning I can't shake, like the past ain't really gone, it just waits for you to break. I hear footsteps in the dust, but there's no one here I trust, just the weight of what I was. There's shadows behind the barn calling out night I swore I'd never speak about again. When the moon went missing and the trouble settled in, you were standing by the fence, saying don't you go inside. But I crossed that broken threshold like I had something to hide. There's a stain on the floor that the rain won't wash away, and a whisper in the rafters begging me to stay. I remember how it happened, but I twisted in my mind, like if I change the story, I can leave the truth behind. Now the silence starts to scream, like it's tearing at the seams. Over half-forgotten dreams. There's shadows behind the barn calling out my name, like they know every secret, every ounce of shame, every lie buried deep in the dark. Now they're walking right back from behind that barn. Yeah, the shadows behind the barn don't fade with the light. They follow me home, they haunt me at night. I tried to forget, but I've come too far. Now I'm face to face with the shadows behind the barn. We saw. You remember. You never left. I see your face in the broken glass, and every moment I tried to pass. If I turn around, will you still be there? Or are you already everywhere? Now the door swings wide and the night walks in, like it knows exactly where I've been. Every corner holds a piece of truth, from the man I was to the broken proof. There's a rope in the rafters, swaying side to side, like it's keeping time with the things I hide. And I hear your voice in the cold night air, saying you can't outrun what's waiting there. And the dark begins to crawl down the beams and up the walls, like it's come to end it all. There's shadows behind the barn reaching out for me. Every buried memory wants to be free. Every sin I thought I could outrun, now it's staring me down one by one. Yeah, the shadows behind the barn won't let me go. They're caught in my past I never outgrow. I tried to run, but I won't get far, 'cause I am the ghost behind that barn. You ever feel like something's watching? Maybe it ain't something, maybe it's you. There was no door that opened, no sudden shift in air, just the feeling something changed, without announcing it was there. And the silence didn't break first, it just deepened where I stood, like it knew I'd finally notice what was always misunderstood. I thought I came here alone, quiet through the dark, but the shadows fell to structure, like they carried someone's mark. Every step I tried to take now had a weight I couldn't name, like the ground was slightly older, in a way that felt the same. There's no voice that calls attention, no form to meet my eyes, just a certainty emerging from the space I can't define. No sound to warn, no line to cross, just something I had already lost. And every breath I try to take feels like it's not mine to make. The devil was waiting there tonight. No fire, no grand disguise, just something standing in the shape of everything I can't escape. Oh, I turned, I tried to flee, but it didn't move from me. And every path I thought was mine just bent back into the line. It never spoke, it never needed. There was nothing to explain, just a pressure in the distance that followed like a name. Every memory I carried seemed to settle in its place, like it recognized the pattern of my hesitation's face. I tried to look for something different, some sign I could reject, but the absence felt intentional, like it knew what I expect. No truth to fight, no fear to show, just something I already know. And every step I try to claim feels like it calls me by name. The devil was waiting there, I see, was never apart from me. No matter how I tried to hide, it stayed just on the other side. Oh, I stood still, I didn't move, there was nothing left to prove. And every breath I thought was free was already part of me. Now I don't ask for distance, I let the silence hold its shape. There's no exit I can argue, no version I can escape. It's not hatred, not obsession, it's just presence without end, like a truth that never left me, only learned to just pretend. And in that quiet recognition, with no separation left to try, I stopped calling it an enemy and let it stand nearby. It ain't a fall or sudden break, it's what you choose and what you make. Every line you leave unclear finds a place to reappear. And devils don't arrive in flame, they wear the shape of what you claim. So every step you thought was free was already part of me. Devil was waiting there, I know, and never really had to go. No matter how I tried to run, it was already what I'd done. Oh, I stayed, I didn't fight, just let it stand within my sight. And every truth I tried to break was something I already take. Now the dark don't feel like ending, it just feels feels like what remains. Every silence I once feared now carries familiar strains. And if you ever find it, wait where you thought you stood alone. Don't assume it came to find you. It was always your own home.
The moon hangs low like a cracked white eye, watching the fields where the shadows lie. Corn stalks sway in a breathless wave, like something is walking between the graves. The wind don't move like it used to do. It drags its feet like it's passing through. And every sound in the midnight air feels like a voice that shouldn't be there. Took the road past Miller's land, where the soil runs black like burning sand. They said, don't stop when the lights go dim. Don't listen close or you'll follow him. But I was young and I didn't care, just chasing silence into a dare. With headlights cutting the choking green, like the world had forgotten what light could mean. The radio cracked with a broken hymn, like something was singing instead of him. And I swear I heard my name get said in a voice that crawled inside my head. I rolled the window down just a bit, and that's when the whole night started to shift. The corn leaned in like it knew my sins, and the whispers began again. There's whispers in the cornfield calling my name, soft like mercy but burning like flame. They said, don't turn back, don't leave this ground. Once you hear us, you're never found. Oh, I tried to run, but the tires just spun like the earth itself wouldn't let me come undone. And the deeper I go, the less I see. Just whispers in the cornfield, swallowing me. I stepped out slow on the gravel road, where the air felt heavy, thick and slow. The corn stood tall like a watching crowd, silent but somehow screaming loud. Each stalk was bending just out of sight, like something was moving just beyond light. And footprints pressed in the muddy soil, like something had walked there without recoil. Then I saw a scarecrow standing still, wearing a coat that shouldn't be filled. But its head turned slow in my direction, like it was studying my reflection. And the wind said low in a shaking tone, you should have never come here alone. The corn began to close behind, like it was erasing every line. And every step that I tried to take just led me deeper into the shade. There's whispers in the cornfield calling my name, soft like mercy but burning like flame. They say, don't turn back, don't leave this ground. Once you hear us, you're never found. Oh, I tried to run, but the tires just spun like the earth itself wouldn't let me come undone. And the deeper I go, the less I see. Just whispers in the cornfield, swallowing me. I found a lantern hanging low, swung by a rope with a dying glow. It flickered words in a broken code, like it knew every path I chose. A figure stood where the roads divide,
face half hidden, half alive. It didn't speak, it just stepped near, and suddenly everything went too clear. I saw my father, what he'd been, before the fields got under his skin. He said, boy, don't trust what you hear at night. The corn don't give back what it takes in life. Then he faded into the grain like he was never here again. Now the sky is a hollow drum, beating slow till the night goes numb. And I realize with a sinking breath, the corn is just what's left of death. Every whisper is just the past, trying to make a moment last. And every soul that's lost its way still walks these roads to this day. There's whispers in the cornfield calling my name. No mercy left, just endless flame. They say don't turn back, don't leave this ground. Once you hear us, you never found. Oh, I tried to run, but the ties just spun like the earth itself wouldn't let me come undone. And now I know what the silence means. The cornfield remembers everything. I don't know how long I've been here now. The sky don't change, it just knows how to stay the same in a dying loop, like time got trapped inside the loop. The road I came on doesn't exist, just rows of green in the endless mist. And I hear my voice in the rustling grain, calling myself again and again. Maybe I was never outside, maybe I stepped into something that hides. And every whisper that led me in was just where I always have been. So if you pass where the corn grows high, don't trust the wind, don't question why. And if you hear your name on the breeze, don't follow it into the trees. Because the field don't sleep and it don't forgive, it only knows how the lost still live. And every stalk where the shadows spin, the whispers are waiting to pull you in. There's a house on a hill where the paint's peeled black, and the porch leans low like it won't fight back. Windows stare like they're wide awake, watching every wrong move you make. I was warned as a child, don't go inside, but the door stood open like it wanted me to try. And the air went cold when I crossed that line, like I stepped out of time or out of mind. And the floorboards creaked like a living thing, like the walls themselves could hear me breathe. This house, it breathes when the night comes in, through the cracks in the wood and the weight of sin. Every step I take, it remembers me, like I ain't the man that I used to be. Hear it whisper low through the broken seams, feeding off of my shattered dreams. I don't leave, I don't roam, I just fade in a house that won't let me go. There's a mirror inside with a shattered face, but it shows me whole in a dark place. I see things move when I turn away, like they're waiting for me to stay. There's a clock that ticks, but it don't keep time, just counts every breath like it's a crime. And the deeper I walk, the more I see that the house ain't trapped here, it's trapping me. And the doors all shut when I try to run, like the night itself has just begun. This house, it breathes when the night comes in, through the cracks in the wood and the weight of sin. Every step I take, it remembers me, like I ain't the man that I used to be. Hear it whisper low through the broken seams, for my shattered dreams. I don't leave, I don't roam, I just fade in a house that won't let me go. There's a voice upstairs calling out my name, but it sounds like me, just not the same. It says, come on up, don't be afraid, like it knows every choice I've made. And I climb those stairs with a heavy chest, like I'm walking straight to my final rest. When I reach the top, there's no one there, just a hanging rope and a broken chair. And the walls start to bend, the ceiling drops, like the house itself don't ever stop. Every breath gets tight, every step feels wrong, like I've been inside here far too long. I tried to break through a window pane, but it showed me back in a pouring rain, standing outside looking in, like I never left, like I never been. And I heard myself from the other side say, you walked in here, but you chose to stay. Now the dust don't settle, it clings to me like a second skin. I can't break free. I see faces forming, peeling walls every time the silence calls. And I feel my pulse in the wooden frame, like the house and I are the same. If I had a life, it's long since gone. Now I just exist where I don't belong. This house, it breathes and I breathe it in. Every nail, every board, every hidden sin. I don't know where I end or it begins, just a hollow shell wearing borrowed skin. Hear it laugh in the pipes at night, like it feeds on fear and dying light. I don't run, I don't know if I ever walked out that door. This house don't break, it just rearranges, twists your mind till your soul estranges. Every memory starts to bend till you don't know where you've been. If there's God, he won't come here. There's no faith left, just fear. I don't live, I don't grow, I just rot where the dark winds blow. So if you find that house on a nameless road and the door swings wide like it's been told, don't step close, don't breathe too slow, 'cause once it hears you, it won't let go. And you won't scream, you won't fight, you'll just become part of the night. Inside the walls, where something grows, inside the house that breathes and knows. Ela não aparece de dia, só quando. There's a house on a hill where the paint's peeled black and the porch leans low like it won't fight back. Windows stare like they're wide awake, watching every wrong move you make. I was warned as a child like the walls themselves could hear me breathe. This house, it breathes when the night comes in, through the cracks in the wood and the weight of sin.
There's a hollow in the valley where the dead winds moan, where the trees grow crooked like they've seen what I was raised on the taste of a sinner's regret, with a Bible in one hand and a blade in the next. Daddy drank till his shadow turned mean and cold, said the world's just a grave, boy, you dig or get sold. So I learned how to bury what I couldn't outrun. Now the dirt knows my name better than anyone. And the night don't sleep when it's inside your skin. It just claws its way out from within. Ashes don't pray, and neither do I. Heaven went silent the night mama died. I scream at the sky, but it don't reply. Just echoes of hell and a vulture's cry. I walk through the flames where the lost ones stay, where mercy's a lie and the dead souls stay. If there's grace, it's too far away, 'cause ashes don't pray. There's a church on a hill with a cracked front door, and a preacher who don't believe anymore. He got blood on his hands and a cross on his chest, as forgiveness is just something sold to the rest. I lit a match where the candle should burn, watched the pages of salvation curl and turn. He just stood there smiling like he understood that the fire in my veins ain't never been good. And the bells don't ring when the truth walks in, they just rust in the weight of sin. Ashes don't pray, and neither do I. Heaven went silent the night mama died. I scream at the sky, but it don't reply. Just echoes of hell and a vulture's cry. Walk through the flames where the lost ones stay, where mercy's a lie and the dead souls stay. If there's grace, it's too far away, 'cause ashes don't break. Met a woman in black by a roadside grave. She was digging a hole like she dug my fate. Said every man's got a debt to pay. Then she looked at me and whispered my name. Her eyes were empty like a burnt out star, like she'd seen every wound and every scar. She said, you've been running since you were born, but the end's already been carved in stone. And I followed her down where the roots run deep, through the bones, the secrets we tried to keep. She said, a soul like yours don't ever get free. It just trades one hell for eternity. I try to wash these hands in the pouring rain, but the blood just danced in the crimson stain. Every prayer I spoke turned to dust in my mouth. Every road I took just circled me out. Now the sky hangs low like a loaded gun, and I taste my end on my tongue. There's a noose in the wind and it calls my name like a lullaby soaked in shame. I carve my sins in the walls of time, but they carve me back in a darker line. And the man I was ain't the man I see, just a ghost with a pulse where a heart should be. Ashes don't pray, and neither do I. Heaven went silent the night mama died. I screamed at the sky, but it don't reply. Just echoes of hell and a vulture's cry. I walk through the flames where the lost ones stay, where mercy's a lie and the dead souls
lives we lost, and the debts we made. Every breath I take feels borrowed and thin, like the reaper's already wearing my skin. If there's peace, forgot my name, left me drowning in smoke and blame. I ain't clean, I ain't saved, just a soul that the darkness claimed. So lay me down where the black earth cracks, with the sins I carried strapped to my back. No stone, no cross, no sacred ground, just the sound of silence dragging me down. And if there's a God, he turned away long before I lost my way. Now the fire's gone cold,